I've returned. Hello, I am back from 3 months not doing anything because I am lazy. Today, Jeff Bob recommended me Stanley Parable, so we're going to play with Stanley Parable. It took me forever to get this to full screen and to actually work, but I think everything's okay now. Oh, I really hope so. Begin the game. Any second now.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Good for him.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on the keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk.
I'm jealous of him.
What buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made.
He's missing the room.
This job.
The rest of the office is gone.
Was happy.
So that's
And
it.
then
So now.
one day, something very peculiar happened.
Did it actually?
Something that would forever change Stanley.
Swift.
Something he would never quite forget.
Pardon.
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his
I can
desk
turn.
and stepped out of his office.
Now I can turn without lag. Okay, so this moves. That clicks. Can I click? I can click the chairs or a door.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure.
Let me
He had
out.
to make a decision. What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He
Sure.
had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me.
So I'll do it.
Nothing will break me. In
Yes.
here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed.
It's like the loading screen.
Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for
Like
sure
30 seconds.
beyond doubt was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Dead. So I like die. The end is never. I just died. Okay, so I don't click the door this time. I'm just gonna.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
All turn. Oh,
No matter how hard Stanley
What?
looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
why does that turn off? I'm just gonna keep walking forward. Oh my god. Can I interact? That's where that went out. That wasn't out far before. I'm scared. Close. Close. Ha!
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, I know there's multiple different outcomes after that amazing intro. So I'm just going to follow the main one and we'll go there next time. Wait for this. Well, at least you have the clocks working.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay, I'll go up to my boss's office. What's this?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Not the only time being in the closet on the channel. Oh.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. I'll go down next time, it's fine. Ooh. There's an elevator. I'm gonna walk through.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Why is it so big?
Unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
I'm scared.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
The graphics are semi-decent. I'm just saying semi, but it doesn't... No more praise is going to be given to it. Oh! Fuck, let's skip the elevator. Oh, no. No, no! Loading screens take so long. Okay, so this is like 100 times faster than the first one. We're doing good.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Well, it's a spoiler, isn't it? Okay, I'm just gonna walk over.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
That's his escape. Yeah, I'll leave that. Okay.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
I don't know.
I have the strength to find out.
It's an excellent question on myself. Bam!
Now the monitors jumped to life.
Where am I?
Their true
Where am I?
nature revealed.
Wait, I'm
Each
427.
bore the number of
I'm
an
427.
employee
I'm there.
in the
I'm
building.
there.
Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Oh, poor guy. That's mine. It's a men's toilet.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe it couldn't be true.
Couldn't
Had
be.
Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
I'm not feeling the majesticness that this guy's feeling.
Proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
No, I'm dead again. I thought I did good. I'm dead.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
No.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel.
Good.
Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all.
How is this land above the building?
The only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
I can't. It's not even a door, it's just a black...
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
Yes.
And Stanley was happy.
And that's it. That's it. I did good. I did good. I win. Oh. Someone's played this performance, so if there's an achievement for that, or if there's an achievement for anything, I probably don't have them. Is that the end? Okay. I'll do another place, another pathway next time. It's going to take forever to do. It took me 5 days to actually record this. So just text in the comments where to go. Don't tell me what to do. Just tell me where to go. And I'll do it. I have a few ideas. I'm going to go down the stairs for that escape. I have it all figured out. And I'll see you next time. Look at my amazing outro. You're going to love it. Bye.
The truth.